flow is the lifeblood of any business, and the key to good financial planning is competent cash flow management. Being able to account for any kobo you earn and spend in business is essential. Welcome to another exciting episode of From the Cradle on Television Nigeria. I am Sandra Guana, and I'm here to take you on a journey of entrepreneurship and educate you on successful approaches for your own enterprises. Being a successful entrepreneur should be every woman's aspiration. However, being a successful female entrepreneur is no easy task. It requires speed in making important decisions and consequently executing them. Being a female in what has traditionally been tagged a man's world and aspiring to become successful entrepreneur takes both bravery and hard work. Like most people who became successful in business, you have to pass through the 4 levels of human development, which begins with fear, then frustration, comparing, and finally to a desired level of excellence where you become the master and can perform well without thinking about it. Meanwhile, cash flow and profits are different financial parameters, but when running a business, you need to keep track of both. That is, balancing your income and expenditure. For instance, you are selling a packet of chocolates. You have to count, record, and know exactly how much income is expected from the sales. The question now is, what exactly is cash flow?
Well, cash flow management is the way and manner that you handle the inflows and outflows as it relates to a business. Now, when you have a business, for instance, a school, or you're selling eggs, or you're selling any product, the cash that you received in lieu of the sales, that's what you call your cash flow.
Wow.
Well, the advice I will give is that make sure you know your onions very well. Make sure that you can differentiate between having cash flows and having profit. You can be liquid and you may not be profitable.
One of the most important roles in any business is that of a cash flow manager, whose jobs involve monitoring of income on a regular basis and ensuring that the accounts are matching up. Our guest on this episode of From the Cradle is a strong-willed and impeccable woman who derived pleasure in poultry farm and agriculture. After working in the banking sector for 20 years, she resigned to follow her passion. Madam, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
I'm Mrs. Odewale, the MD of Titibel Farms. I'm a retired banker. I worked in the bank for a little over 20 years, and I decided to, go on my own, pursue my dream, and so that's where I am today. So like I told you, I worked in the bank for over 20 years, and I've always wanted to be on my own, really, to be, an employer of people. And so that is why I decided, at the time I left the bank, that I just want to be alone now, And so why poultry in particular? Maybe I should just say it's because of the passion I have for the business. I believe anything that has to do with people feeding, is a good business. And it's not all about, all the glamour, but things that you do that gives you satisfaction and joy. And I think, I haven't done this before. It's not my first time, venturing into poultry. I've done poultry for a great number of years, sometime in the past. And I decided, let me go back to my business. Yes, you see, as a banker, you have been exposed to so many businesses. For instance, I worked a great deal in customer service, in marketing, loans department, risk asset, and I've had the opportunity of assessing and evaluating businesses, okay? And all through the years that I was evaluating businesses, I saw that something that has to do with feeding, actually, stand out. It's something that you cannot always go wrong at, most times. And again, the fact is that why you ask that, most bankers will tell you that, okay, most of your people that you have interviewed will say they worked in the bank. Yes, because as a banker, you're always thinking, look, what do I do after this? Of course, so much money in the bank, but you don't have the time. But for somebody that is forward-looking, you keep asking yourself, putting yourself on check each time, where do I go after this? Because you cannot be in employment until perpetuity. It's either you leave on account of age, or you leave on account of maybe the bank is having another structure, or something will just have to just take you out of the bank. So what is left? You have to be that kind of person that has always asked yourself, where do I go from here? And okay. I think maybe in the course of your interviews you must have been coming across women, a lot of women that were once bankers, because as a woman, that we have so many callings, let me say that, yes, so many callings, and many people that you need to attend to and answer to, and then you just know that at a particular point in time, you need to take up your role as a mother, probably as a grandmother, so you should always be prepared. Cash flow management is just the way and manner that you get funds and utilize funds. That will now help you to determine what gap do I have and how do I fill this gap. So cash flow statement, when they say, is just a statement of inflow and outflow, okay, of cash inflow and outflow. All those things that you would have that can bring money into your business, and the avenues through which you spend money, okay, so that you'll be able to tell at every point in time where you are. Am I having a surplus? Am I having a deficit? If I have a surplus, how do I put that surplus into good use? If I'm having a deficit, how do I source money to make it up? You understand? To make the business stay afloat. So that's between cash flow and profit is that cash flow will tell you where you are heading to. Am I heading towards a profit, or am I heading towards a loss position? You understand? So that you'll be easily, quickly prepared. You can then say, okay, look, because you know that in business, what is profit? Profit is the excess that you have after deducting all your expenses from your income. How do you get your income? Income depends on whatever you are doing, your business that is bringing in the money. For instance, in the poultry business, we sell eggs. So egg is our stock in trade. And how do we determine our profit? We determine our profits by, taking our turnover, which means the number of crates that we produce at the end of the month times the cost of the eggs. A crate of eggs. For instance, if you are producing at the end of the month 100 crates, and you are selling at 900, for instance, that is 90,000 naira. And in the course of the month, you must have expended some money, okay, maybe on staffing, and then the feed, the water, the lights, your DSTV and everything. So by the time you remove all the money, all the expenses in the month from your turnover, your sales, then you get whatever is left. You see it clearly, whether it's a surplus or a deficit. You understand? So that's the relationship between cash flow management. Cash flow will help you determine the direction you are going, so that you can, best be positioned to make some changes. Either you make some changes, or you bring in some things that would help the business to stay afloat. You have a customer, you have to be able to maintain that customer, to keep that customer. And it is not just what you are getting from that customer by the way of that customer coming to buy from you and pay you, and then that's the end of it. No, you have to make yourself part of that customer's business, to empathize with the customer. Tell me, how much are you selling? Are you having any challenges, any difficulties? If on my own part, as the supplier, I feel that this woman is not likely to make so much, I can say, okay, let me reduce a little bit for you. as long as I can easily and conveniently, accommodate that, discount, I can do that, and let their customers see that I'm not just interested in the money I'm collecting from you. I'm interested in you also getting something at the end of the month. And again, you have some of your customers, that they are very, very good customers of yours. They don't default. They come and buy. Immediately they buy, they pay. And the customer is not telling you, madam, things are a bit tight. So I paid school fees. I did this. Can you just give me a temporary accommodation of 1 week, 2 weeks? You should be able to do that for your customer, so that you know that, okay, at the end of the month, at the end of the time that you have told me, madam, don't let it fail. Just pay. So it's all about empathy, and it's all about, being looking out for your customers' business as well, not only your own business. Yeah, you see, it's not so much convincing them to pay up. Maybe luckily in my own line of business, you cannot tell me you have not sold when you have sold. It's not possible. You cannot keep eggs for more than a certain number of days. They'll get rotten, So, and if by the time you come, the first time I allow you, I say, okay, madam, when you are coming to pay again, to buy again, bring your money. If you don't bring your money, I should be able to know what has happened. Is it that you have not actually collected from where you supplied to, or you have collected the money and you have diverted it to do some other things? So it's not a matter of following them or being harsh on them. No, this line of business is such that you will know when your customer is being sincere with you or not. Well, everybody that knows me will tell you that woman, well, some will say I'm strict, some will say I'm firm, but everybody will tell you that, oh, she's a very nice woman, she's a kind woman. And I think I derive so much satisfaction from that. At times people will tell me that, oh, this person is taking advantage of you, this person is taking you for a ride. But for me, I would rather, I do something that pleases me and I'm happy, than, okay, to now take it the other way, like maybe because somebody said something, I want to, no. I'm not the kind of person that is given to, maybe vengeance, or I start thinking ill of people. I wish everybody well. And my joy is anytime I come here, I see my workers, they are happy. Every month I give them their check. I ask them, are you happy still doing your job? Are you still happy? So yes, ma'am. Okay. It's about making people happy, making people know that they are, appreciated, they are cherished. We encourage them, motivate them, and at the end of the day, you see that it will come back to you. Whatever you give out comes back to you. It's simple. Like I told you, 21 years in the banking, industry. I mean, I've been used to all that kind of pressure, tension, stress, managing all that, So it is not indifferent here. In fact, it's much more demanding here now. Because the typical day starts at 6 o'clock in the morning when we feed the chicken in the morning, 6 o'clock, and then we feed the fish as well. And then poultry business is such that you cannot just feed and go to sleep or whatever. You need to be going in and out of the pen, to brush the pan, to make sure that there's adequate water, there's adequate feed, and that the beds are in good condition. You need to check them as if you are checking a baby. So it's like checking 5,000 babies every day. Yes. But the thing is that in all that, you need to be able to develop trust. Give a reasonable degree of trust to people that are working with you, because clearly you cannot be there 24 hours. I don't sleep on the farm, but I have people that sleep here. I have a supervisor, I have a manager, I have attendants, I have security. So everybody is on top of this. They all have their jobs cut out for them, and they follow their schedules. So if I come and I see something that is not in place, I know who to ask. Okay, and because of that, you just have to make out time for yourself. I can tell you that balancing it for me is not any big deal, because I take care of the business when it's time for me to take care of the business, and I take care of my home when it's time for me to take care of my home. The challenge is, as far as this business of poultry is concerned, is the high cost of the feed. The feed is expensive, and it's even more so when during the heat that you feel that okay. The birds will need certain nutrients, okay, to be added to their feed. But you cannot just get this, on the shelf like that. You need to still go out and procure those things, buy them to mix with the feed from time to time, so that you can get close to what you should be getting. Heat, anybody will tell you, in poultry business, is a very, very terrible thing. Like we lost a great number of birds during the heat period. They call it heat stress. But you find out that is even the time, instead of reducing price, that is even the time that manufacturers will be increasing price. Okay, so, and you cannot just go to the market today and say your eggs are selling for 800, for instance, and then tomorrow you come back and say no, the eggs are now 850. Next tomorrow again you come and say it is now 900. So you want to maintain a relatively stable price, but that is not going well with you vis-a-vis the cost of the feed. Okay, and again you find out that most farms are not really in town. They are in rural areas, in the villages, and so you spend so much to generate energy, that's electricity, to keep your farm going. So it's a lot of cost as well. And of course the other things are just maybe weather condition, which nobody can help. You just have to devise means of working around that. So by and large I would say that in the industry here, major challenges are those of feed and power generation.
So no challenges as a woman. Let's say a woman, I'm concentrating on the woman business. No discrimination that you are a woman or...
No. Even when I was outside this, I never saw any discrimination. I never gave it a thought anyway.
Okay,
maybe it's my kind of person.
Let's go a step further now. How can you encourage someone that wants to start up this exact business?
Yeah, I will tell the person that the business is lucrative, it's profitable, once you know what you are doing and you are committed to it. Honestly, that's just the thing. It's not a business that you just open and leave it like that in the hands of people. 1, 2, 3, 4 days you are not there. No, you cannot get the best from poultry. You just have to be on ground. You have to know your figures. You have to know the direct input-output relationship, what you are putting in and what you are getting out.
So how much do you think one needs? If you want to start a poultry farm now, how much do you need to start a poultry farm?
You see, I started at a high level, but some people may want to start small. For instance, I started with battery cage. Battery cages are not cheap, and that is, the chain of business, in the value chain. I do all that, sale, purchase, and cages, construction, giving consultancy advices, to people that want to start a poultry, and again, the egg, the chicken, everything, everything in the value chain of poultry and fish is what I do. Okay. So it depends, somebody may have like 500,000 and say, okay, I have one free land somewhere that I want to use. I will encourage the person. It's a direct output relationship. Whatever you put in, you see it coming out. So it's at the various degree, the various level that you want to play in the market.
I am so inspired. Sure you are too. Imagine you are the one operating a farm with 5,000 birds, fishes, vegetables, and a whole lot. Only a strong will can do that. Someone who is determined to stay in business and by extension contribute to the economy. This is the situation where we say what a man can do, a woman can do even more. So you ladies out there, what are you passionate about? Go for it and remain focused. Let's continue this interaction on our online platform showing on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I am Sandra Wana.